It's the diary of a tired black man. It's the diary of a tired black.
Peace fam, so I had put this video together a couple of weeks ago actually, but some technical issues and just being busy with the lead up to this holiday period was unable to get it back together. So first and foremost, definitely want to wish everybody a happy holiday season for those who are celebrating or just spending time with their family. It's definitely a time where we think about getting together with loved ones and spreading peace and unity. So it's unfortunate that we have to pick up a story like this. We do want to say prayers up to Hatun Tash, who is still reported missing. But picking up on this story of Edward Little, a guy from the UK who was jailed over a Hyde Park gun attack. It was reported he received from BBC News. And it says a man who planned a gun attack at central London's Hyde Park has been jailed for at least 16 years. So we do believe he was given 16 years to life. They say he had travelled from Brighton on the 23rd of September last year in a taxi with £5,000 intending to buy a firearm and bullets from South London, and he was subsequently stopped by police and arrested. He's been labelled as a Muslim convert, and this has been called up as an act of terrorism domestically within the UK. So quite an unfortunate circumstance. We see Speaker's Corner. A lot of you people will be familiar with the videos and stuff from online, and some from actually partaking or going to visit themselves. And we know it's a place that's supposed to be for free speech. And one thing we've saw that when it comes to certain groups, and not to seem like I'm taking sides, but namely a lot of the guys from the Islamic faith, they are very quick and temperate to go towards like violence and anger, which we've seen in the past with an attempt on Hatun Tash's life and other people that have had incidents there in the park. So this comes as a surprise to some, but it's shocking to a lot of other people to think that somebody could commit such a heinous act or have the intention to commit such a heinous act. And we do want to say that Hatun is still missing, so we do definitely continue to pray that she's found safe. So here we can see, I believe this is a clip from when Edward Little was being questioned or interrogated, and it says he lunges at detectives. So let's check this out. Get him out! It says arrested on way to buy a gun.
Yeah, got him. Right, let's slow it down, guys. Slow it down. Got his arm in the vehicle. Right, listen. That's it.
Tell me, is that another reason for choosing that target?
Still coming.
Well, you can see from that some of that footage there, scary stuff, guys. I mean, how do people feel living in the UK? I definitely would love to hear more from like the Muslim community. Like, is this something that they would condemn? Do they think he was justified? We did see on one of the Revelations YouTube channels, it had a couple of guys from Speaker's Corner, Subraj and Shamsi, and they were speaking, which it was in Arabic, so we don't know the full context of what they were saying, but the English, we could hear one of them saying to the other, why don't you go kill Hatun? And it was quite disturbing, especially to hear stuff like this, and then we see big murder plots like this happening, and I believe these are some of the guys who were arrested with conspiracy to supply him with the pistol. So, you know, it's sad when we think of religion, it's supposed to be a peaceful thing. We think of even just the times we're living in, so many wars and violence happening around the world. We reported on other terror incidents, and they seem to be increasing. Slightly switching over, there was a report of the police disrupting a Hamas terror plot in Europe. So let's check this out.
Members of Hamas and others accused of planning terrorist attacks in Europe have been arrested in Germany, the Netherlands, and Denmark. Alex Hogan is on this. She's live in London for us. Alex, what exactly do we know as this story is just breaking?
Hi, Sandra.
So yeah, guys, this is a story from Fox News. This came in a couple of days ago, and it speaks on Hamas terrorists and some plans that they had in Europe.
So multiple arrests across multiple countries, all of these people accused of attempting to carry out terrorist attacks. And prosecutors say at least 3 of them are long-standing members of Hamas. Now, what we do know at this point, authorities say they are on high alert. 3 people were detained in Germany, 1 person was detained in the Netherlands, and 3 others were arrested in Denmark on suspicion of terrorism. And Israel has linked.
Yes, then we hear Germany, the Netherlands, and Denmark, 3 major European places. So we hear that they have members of Hamas terrorists in these places in Europe. So let's check this out.
All 7 people to Hamas, although Denmark has not specifically named Hamas yet. Now, as is usual in these types of cases, the full names of those who have been arrested have not been released, but this is what we do know of the German-led investigation. 2 men are from Egypt. 1 man who was born in Lebanon was reportedly tasked by Hamas to take weapons to.
Yeah, and I think just that's an interesting point. 'Cause when we look at a lot of the stuff that's happening in Europe, even in Speaker's Corner, there's a lot of controversial characters. There's a guy who calls himself Uncle Omar. I believe he's from Egypt, and he was reportedly arrested in the past on terrorist charges and stuff as well also. But it's more to the effect of people that are coming from regions where perhaps there's war and destruction and chaos happening, and they're coming into Europe and certain places and bringing a lot of that same mentality with them. But let's just pick up back on this.
To Berlin, according to investigators. And 1 man is a Dutch national. He's in his 50s, and he was arrested in Rotterdam, but he's also linked to the Danish operation, which just exemplifies how connected these different cases are and the extent of the threat level. Law enforcement say that they prevented a major attack.
Yeah, so there we see, guys, just some of that, a major attack, thankfully, was thwarted. In these times, it's quite volatile. A lot of the things we're seeing happening around the world, people have chimed in with their different perspective on things. We see some people that are actually pro-Hamas, call them a resistance group, and things of that nature. We see a lot of people in condemnation of how they feel Israel and the IDF are handling things. Not to go too much into that topic because, initially, as stated, this video was about the stuff happening within the UK with Edward Little and stuff, but I feel it still has a correlation. Recently, there was a few statements made from the son of Hamas in regards to how he feels a lot of the Muslim community are defending some of the terrorists who happen to be Muslims because of the fact that they share the same faith. So that's sprung forth a lot of questions. And then when we see incidents like this in the UK with somebody who is converted to Islam and then gone on to plot to kill somebody in a terroristic way within the UK, it's not something new. Remember this one that we reported on also. There was Shamiba Begum. There's been quite a few horrific incidents. So, what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, I would love to hear from some of the Muslim community and stuff also. We know that some are getting a bad rap right now, and the actions of some who may be potentially negative or bad shouldn't affect everybody. So we don't want to tie everybody with the same brush. And we can see a lot of videos in regards to Hatun, with many people wondering where she is. She's still missing. All we can say is prayers up, because the work that she's done is mighty, and we hope she can continue to do it. And she has the right to evangelize in the way that she finds necessary. She's come from an Islamic background herself, so there's certain questions or queries that she has and she puts forward. People may not agree or like all the way that she does things, but I believe she has that right, and I believe everybody should be criticized or can be criticized. Like, nobody isn't above criticism. So prayers up to Hatun, guys. I hope you guys have a good holiday season. Merry Christmas to those who are celebrating. Don't get too much in a stitch, and if you don't celebrate it, but let's keep praying for the positivity and safety for the good people around the world. Peace.
It's the diary of a tired black man. It's the diary of